What's up, YouTube? So I figured I'd start something. These videos pretty popular with other folks. I'm not trying to copy them, so my videos get more views because I have a different style channel, obviously. But I think more for me, so I can look back and just kind of see how things go. So I want to do like a weekly garden tour, and I planned to start this today. Don't mind the cars driving by the house, because I just finally planted things in the ground in the main garden area yesterday, other than potatoes that have been in for about 2 weeks now. So just 2 days ago we actually got 2 inches of snow. It snowed all morning pretty bad, and then the sun came out and it kind of all went away in a day, which was good. But sick of seeing that stuff. Like, so ready to get things going here. But so I figured we'd start out in the greenhouse, kind of show you how that's going in there. I took everything that was in the trays out. They're either in the house or in the garden, so nothing in trays. And for the greenhouse, this is more of an experiment. I've never grown in a greenhouse. I've never had a greenhouse. So we built this one on video, if you haven't seen that, or did a tour of it on the video. So I planted some things in here. I'm gonna plant some more tomatoes in here and maybe some herbs, but I'll show you what I got for now. And again, it's just an experiment to see how it goes. I have all the same things, or will, out in the garden area as well. So let's check that out. So there's the table. There's all the remnants from the stuff I planted yesterday. I still got some more soil there for trays and some zip ties and whatever. Added more to the greenhouse. I think I did that on a video, I'm not sure, an update. I got some weeds going in there now that I'll just have to scratch up. I did throw some tomatoes in here. I had some extras. They were actually, I had to separate them in the seed trays, and some of them weren't looking very good, and these were them. So I figured, because it's still getting cold at night, down to freezing, you know, 30, 35, somewhere in there. So I didn't think these would make it anyways, so I kind of just planted them. But they haven't fell over yet, so, and they've been out here for a couple days. So then just in the corner, I got some peas. Those things are growing. They've been out here for a while, probably a month. I can't remember how long. But so I'm sure the cold has stunted them a little bit, but they're growing like crazy. Next to that, I got a bunch of broccoli. Those are doing really good as well. And they're brassicas, so they can handle the cold. Then I planted, again from those seed trays, I planted a bunch of lettuce in here. Again, more of an experiment. But they're doing great. And then I saved some for the garden, which we'll look at in a bit. So 3 different varieties. I got Butter Crunch over here, 2 rows of that, or 2.5 rows. A row and a half of Paris Island, and then 2 full rows of black seeded something or other. I can't even read that. Simpson, black seeded Simpson. And then next to that, there was more broccoli that I did from seed. So the ones over there are actually, I transplanted them in here, but they were tiny, tiny, much like these ones over here. But some broccoli coming up from seed, not much. Some spinach here, none of that came up. And then some kale, and there's, I don't know, 3 or 4 plants there on the end, kale. That, again, were started from seed. But again, mostly experimental here. The peas are doing great. I mean, the broccoli and the lettuce as well. I was gonna say which one I thought was doing better, but I can't really tell, honestly. And that lettuce looks awesome. So let's go check out the garden. So yeah, not my idea. I think I've showed this definitely on pictures on Facebook and Instagram. Not sure I showed it on video. I think I did. So we got tires down here. Some people dead against it. I wasn't a big fan myself, honestly, but again, there was trash around the property, and to repurpose that and use it, I think once, you know, the potatoes start growing and leafing out, and then every other tire there's going to be flowers, so I think it'll dress it up and hopefully make it looking nice. But let's check this out right here before we get to the garden. So again, this is my front yard, which used to be, I don't know if I'd call it a lawn, but it goes all up here. I got the stairs, I got another section of lawn up there by the house, but some stairs coming down, multiple rock walls, etc. But tilled this up, and I'm gonna plant pretty much all my corn here and probably some bush beans, which I have started in the house, and I'll finish the video off in the house. But so that's where that's going. I gotta give it one more till, and then I can plant. I'm about a week and a half to 2 weeks early in the planting. I just can't help myself, so we're gonna see how it goes. But so that's that. But got some dandelions absolutely everywhere. But then I see all these little white flowers. That's all wild strawberries, and I have them. They grow pretty much everywhere on my property. So I have a bunch out back. What used to be a meadow when I first moved here, it's kind of all grown in now. I've talked about that in past videos. I wanted to do a food plot for deer. They grow back there a lot, and then the past couple years they're all over my front lawn. I don't think I've ever seen them because I typically mow all that, but they're right there in the front yard. So, coming down here to the garden area. So something that has come up every year since I've been here is this volunteer rhubarb. And there it is. And I like it. I don't eat a ton of it, but I do like it. Just pick it, dump the tip in some sugar, have at it. I've made a rhubarb pie as well, and it wasn't bad. But so as you can see, the tires. So I got this post in the front. The garden is 36 by 36. These first two tires in the middle here are going to be flowers, and then in the corners I got 5 tires each. So 3 tires in each corner are planted already with potatoes, and then the 2 in the middles are going to be flowers, and then these 2 here, those 2 there, and those 2 again will all be flowers. So when I plant squash and things that need pollinators, hopefully them flowers attract the bees, etc. So just yesterday, right here, I've got 80 onion sets planted. This is all going to get fenced in. I'm hoping to actually get that done later on today. But so 80 onion sets there. This is all nothing yet. Coming down this way, I got a half a row started just from building the other rows. So right here, I'll just rake some more stuff up, flatten the top, that'll become a row. But in this row here, I've got nothing, but it's ready to plant. This next row, I have a double half a row, so only halfway down that, but double row of carrots, and then the second half of that is turnips. That's all from seed. This next row, the whole row, is all kale. I think you can see them little guys. So again, planted that all yesterday. All the way to the end. So that's all kale. I actually had, I think, 3 extra plants, and I can't remember even how many I have, but there's, at the end of this next row, I have 3 kale plants down there. But this row, again, is that lettuce. So I have 3 of one of the same brands that's in the greenhouse, 2 of another, then 3 of another. Then I have, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 collard plants. Nope, 6, 7 collard plants. 2 cauliflowers, and then them 3 leftover kale. I got this trellis up for the rest of the peas that I had started. Some of them are just making the bottom, some of them aren't, and it was, you know, 15 to 25 mile an hour winds yesterday, so these things were taking a beating. I can see a couple down there laid up on the ground, so I'm gonna have to fix them again. So it was pretty nice today, sunny. The wind was out, the sun was out rather, and they're calling for rain, and now it's starting to get a little breezy again. But this little fella, lift him back up. So when they get a little taller, they'll start latching on, like some of these are. Just wrap around the string and climb it. But 2 more over here. This one doesn't quite reach, so I just got a little stick there. Same again with this one right here. But yeah, so those are all peas. And again, a couple extra kale plants, 3 of them anyway on the end of this row. So let me get this camera off the tripod, get a closer look. So yeah, that's kale, those 3 on the end there. A couple cauliflower plants, there's 1, there's 2. These are all collards. And the lettuces. So like I said, in the corners I got 5 tires. You can see 2 of them there are full with soil. I'll just spread that out even, but they're full. These other 3 are not full because I've planted the potatoes in those, and as they grow up, usually you hill potatoes, so I left myself some room to throw some dirt to them once they grow up. But they're starting to come up. Hey, little guys. That's the one. Don't see anything coming up in this one yet. It's little weeds. Nothing on that one yet. This one is starting to come up again right here. So all in all, so 3, 6, 9 tires of potatoes. I think I had 22 potato eyes or something like that. So some of these have multiple pieces in it, some only have 1, and they're all Yukon Gold potatoes. But yeah, now that I have stuff planted here, obviously I got to get it fenced in because the deer, the rabbits, raccoons, all that stuff. So I'll try to get that done this afternoon. So I got 7-foot deer fencing that's going to go all the way around it. And then up here, my plan was to use a 16-foot cattle panel that's only 50 inches, so 4'2" wide, and create an arch trellis right here as like the entrance to the garden. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get that home from Tractor Supply in my pickup truck. But it's either going to be that, or I'm going to use saplings and build a primitive one. So let me know your thoughts. What do you think would look better? What do you think I should do? But so that's the plan for this area here, and then again the rest of it will be all the deer fencing. On the trellis, kind of undecided at the moment, so I was thinking I have some rattlesnake pole beans that I think would look cool because they'll grow over that whole thing. To be able to walk under there, you can, you know, pick the beans from the inside, etc. I think that would be cool, and I think, you know, the rattlesnake ones particularly have a really cool look to them. I also have patty pan squash. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it's just a little round, like disc-like, almost looks like a flower. But they're pretty small for squash, and they climb too, and they're yellow. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. What should I do? But yeah, again, I figured I'd shoot this video. I'll do it once a week, see how things are coming along. Again, if nothing more than for me to look back on, see how certain plants did, especially because I'm planting them a little bit earlier than maybe I should. But so the cauliflower, kale, lettuce, all those should be good. I definitely got a bunch of stuff in the house that I can't and won't plant yet, but I have a couple things in there that I'm itching to plant as well. So we'll just see if I can hold off on that or not. But yeah, it's coming along. Never had a garden this big. Like I said, I'm not really a gardener. I've done the raised bed thing in the past, but just on a very, very small scale. So this is all new to me. So yeah, again, I'll shoot these videos weekly, see how things progress, see what works, what doesn't work, because I guarantee I'm going to fail at some stuff, and that's okay. That's part of learning. But all right, yeah, that's outside. Again, the rest of today I'm going to hope, at least temporarily, to get this deer fencing up, and then I'll figure out the trellis area and what I need to do there. But the video should be posted today. I'm looking for your feedback. What do you think I should do? Primitive trellis, cattle panel trellis, and what should I plant there? Pole beans, those climbing squash. Yeah, let me know. So let's go wrap this up in the house. I'll show you what I got in there. I think I showed it on an update video, but we'll talk a little bit about that and then close the video out. So just a quick aside. If you remember from the pruning videos or whatever, or other updates, so these pear trees, all the leaves coming on, and just behind it I got the 2 apple trees, and same thing's happening there. So see what happens with those this year, but looking good. Alright, so back in the house. So by the window, see all my corn. So I had, I think, 68 planted. 62 of them come, actually 64 of them have come up. I'm only 4 shy now, so I got a few small ones in there. I got some beets in there as well. I'm not a huge fan of beets, but I'm just trying them out. They're up in the front and they're doing okay. Boom, handheld mode. So yeah, got some beets there in the front. A dozen plants maybe. Corn's looking great. Again, crazy, I know. I've heard of some people transplanted it before, but usually you just direct sow that stuff in the ground. Well, I don't have patience, so there we are. Enough said on that. I got some squash, bush beans, pickling cucumbers. I had 3 of those. One of them bit the dust and broke off, so I only got 2 pickling cucumbers now. But I have acorn squash, butternut squash, buttercup squash, and then this whole tray over here is all bush beans as well. So all those bush beans and the corn are going to go in that front plot on the front lawn, like I said at the beginning of the video. All the squash will go in the main garden area. Someone's making noise. What's up, dude? So then I had to go to the, don't mind the Portuguese double-decker here, grow room. Right under that guy. But yeah, so I separated out of this seed tray actually. I had a bunch of my tomatoes in there, multiple seeds per cell, and it was just wearing out the tomato plants, so I had to get those separated. I tried to save every one. Again, back to the beginning of the video, I showed you in the greenhouse the ones that didn't look so great. Some of these don't look great, so this whole bottom here, let's see what we got. Those are all Rutgers tomatoes. So they got a little yellow and purple to them. That's deficiency, obviously, in nutrients, be it nitrogen, phosphorus, whatever. But I've fertilized everything after I potted them up and separated them. So they're actually doing, just in 2 days, that they look a lot better. So they should pull through. We got some yellow pear tomatoes here. And 3 okra plants. That's those 3 big ones there. And then the tomatoes. That's the bottom shelf. Top shelf. Some Roma tomatoes. Some Tea Acres 55. Some Brandywines. These are all bell peppers, so I've stepped them up from the tray as well, and they look awesome. They're doing really well. And everything got fertilizer. Some more bell peppers. Actually, I got 2 poblanos here and 1 jalapeno made it in the back. These 2 are also bell peppers. And then some sweetie and creamy tomatoes over here. And those were kind of all the ones in the back corner of my tray. So some of those are outside that didn't look too good. This one looked like total crap. These 2 actually. But they're pulling through. They look way better. And the rest of them are coming along as well. So tons of tomato. I think I had 50 tomato plants, and I don't know, maybe, I don't even think quite 10 made it in the greenhouse, but so at least 40 tomato plants there. So in here, what's left of the tray, we got some marigolds. Again, those will go probably in the tires out in the main garden. Those look awesome. I got one little guy coming up here, as well as these, I believe, are all zinnias. Zinnias, whatever. I ain't a flower guy. But yeah, looks pretty good. Tons to transplant out in the garden. And I actually have, I think, 60 more onion sets that can go out there as well. So I'm going to kind of space those along that whole fence line on the perimeter, because they take so long to kind of, I think it's 75, 80 days, whatever it is, to harvest. So they'll take a while, and I don't want really bare spots in the garden. So once it gets warmer, I can transplant tomatoes, peppers, and all that stuff. You know, those carrots and turnips should come up. They're roughly the same. They take a long time, but you know, they should leaf and start growing vegetation anyways, so should be good. So last thing, I want to show you those seeds so you can help me out with that trellis. Alright, so this is that patty pan squash I was telling you about. They're called Sunburst. That's what they look like. So pretty cool. Not your typical squash, but they're supposed to be very good. And they vine, so they would look pretty cool on the trellis. This is what I mentioned out in the garden area. Rattlesnake pole beans. I'm not sure you can really see what that looks like on the package, but they look pretty cool. And they would also look cool on a trellis too. So that's going to be one of the other. A couple more tomatoes. I got a Mountain Glory. Those are supposed to be pretty good. So I'm going to start some of them here soon. Inside on trays. And then I have some Black Zebra cherry tomatoes. Those are pretty cool looking. And then these I gotta start real soon. I heard these are finicky to grow in general, Brussels sprouts. So Jade Cross. And you can see all these from Haas Tools. Right, so Haas Tools, if you're not familiar with them, I highly recommend check out their channel. So they do 3 videos a week typically, but every Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's a father and son combo, duo, whatever you want to call that. So Greg's the dad, Travis is the son. And I love the channel. They're funny, they work great together, play off each other. You always get a good laugh, but they have a ton of good information, even if you've been gardening for years and years. If you're new, definitely a bunch of good information as well. So definitely check them out. If you do, let them know I sent you. Not that it's a big deal. So they don't need my help. So I started watching them, it wasn't very long ago, a few months ago, and they had 40 something thousand subscribers, 50 something thousand maybe, and they just blew by me, and they're on a tear and they deserve it. Again, the 2 guys are great, their company's great. I've ordered a bunch of stuff from them. I pretty much had all my seeds before I found them, so I didn't need that much, so I'm just buying certain items as far as seeds go from them. But I've got a few other things from them as well, and great customer service. You'll never have an issue with them in that regard. But again, every Thursday night, it's called the Row by Row Garden Show. You won't be disappointed, I promise. So hope you enjoyed that. Again, let me know what you think as far as the trellis, what I should grow there, and what I should use. Should I use the cattle panel, or you think I should do something more primitive there? Happy to read the comments and see what you guys suggest. So thanks for tuning in, I appreciate it. Catch you guys on the next one. Till then, God bless.